Nah, I got the better parlay. Argue about the spread, it's a fierce debate. But when it comes to Wildcats, they align their fate. Blitz the bookies where the knowledge reigns. Charlie and Anthony bring the heat like flames. Talking parlays, breaking down the games. Kentucky Wildcats, they beat the same drums.
All right, guys, the Blitz is back. I'm Charlie Winkle here with Anthony Roberts and Josh Onan. It's another episode of the Blitz the Bookie podcast. It's Monday, November the 24th. It is Thanksgiving week. It's rivalry week. And it is Louisville hate week. Look, guys, I got on here last week and I ate my crow after Louisville beat Kentucky in basketball. I talked more positive about Louisville last week than I probably have in my whole life. That's done. No more this week. We got the Cats and the Cards this Saturday on the last college football regular season week of the season, along with a bunch of other good rivalry games. So we'll talk some NFL like we normally do. And yeah, I get it. There's some decent college basketball going on right now. But right now, it is all about family, football, and making fun of the Louisville Cardinals. Nothing else that's happened up to this point even matters anymore. It's all about this week. And I think we need BBN to be united, be on the same page for one more week. I'm ready for it, guys. Anthony, Josh, how y'all feeling about it?
I agree with you. Be united. I think look, people can argue U of L's quit. They can argue they haven't. People could argue that, we've had a rough year. But I do think both teams will be motivated for this game. There's bragging rights to play for. And, both teams are kind of in similar situations. And so, I know Louisville was talking about the playoff, but that's been over for a while. We knew they were frauds. So I think both teams will be motivated. It should be a fun game to watch. I'm excited to see Kentucky play. I thought Vandy did a really good job on us, stopping the run, taking that away. I don't think U of L will be able to do that. So I'm excited to see the Cats again this week.
Oh, yeah. I think trying to stay positive. I wish both teams would have won, or at least Kentucky would have won. A little more momentum going into the game. But all bets are off now. I'm all UK. No negativity from me. It's all about just beating U of L, playing good football. Let's finish the season with the win and move on and see what happens.
Yeah, I hear you. Like I said, nothing that has happened before this point matters anymore. No matter what you think of Mark Stoops, no matter what you think of the Kentucky football team, you just got to get behind them for one more week. It's our biggest rival. So if you can't get behind that, are you even a real Kentucky fan?
No, you're not. No, you're not.
So one more week, we got to get it done against the Cards. It's always fun to finish the season, even if we've had a rough season. We beat the Cards at the end of the year. It at least helps us in the offseason, at least a little bit, right?
I was bowl eligible. I think it's a huge game.
Yeah, and look, Louisville's on a free fall right now. They've lost 3 straight. This will be 4 if we can beat them. I know this past week looked rough for Kentucky. We got handled, but before that, we were trending up. So I like Kentucky's chances, but my main concern is Kentucky fans being on board for this game. I know it's in Louisville. Kentucky fans usually do a good job of showing up for that game. So I hope that we got some fans in there because who knows? Maybe their fans gave up too.
I feel like their fans have given up more than ours, just from what I've seen online.
Are you surprised?
Well, they played a little bit. I mean, they love Brom, or now they're hating him. They got a lot of injuries. A lot of guys maybe just not playing. I mean, Kentucky's got the momentum, even coming off a 40-point loss. Kentucky's got the momentum going into this. I think we still have a lot of fans on board. I'm going to be at the game.
If Josh is going to be at the game, we're all right.
Hell yeah. Have we ever seen Louisville fans give up on their program before? They gave up on their program for like 6 straight years. Kentucky fans, yeah, we might give up on a season, but we don't give up on our team. Like Louisville gives up on their team easy. Shit, in the second, third quarter, their stadium's empty. So I'm not surprised that most of them have given up.
Louisville is traditionally a bandwagon town,
and they're still like what 7-3,
Look,
they got a decent record.
They're
7-4,
7-4,
and they're acting like they're 4-7.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say this about Louisville and Kentucky: I think both of them played really good teams last week. Now, would I like to see it closer? Yeah, I would have on Kentucky's end, and I'm sure Louisville would have. But SMU is really trending right at this point of the season. They were supposed to be a really good team. They had a lot of injuries. But look, I'll take it for the Cats. That game was big for Vandy. Vandy still has a legitimate chance at a playoff with only 2 losses. I can laugh about it. I can joke about it. I think they might have paid some of our DBs not to play. I'm serious, dude. I'm dead
Always
serious.
goes back to the money.
Dude, I'm telling you, it was crazy how many guys we had. And then we had questionable guys. Afari, I mean, Afari was supposed to play, man. Yeah, he was questionably supposed to play, and all of a sudden he didn't.
Yeah, he warmed up. He was in
I
uniform.
know.
We already don't have a lot of depth at DB because of our oh my
Did you see
Jesus.
that?
What the shit just happened? Oh
He
my
got off,
God.
though. I give him credit. I give him credit. At least he wasn't loafing his ass off.
He died. I've never seen him dive like that before.
That could have been a TikTok.
I could have. Sorry, we just seen a guy do a belly flop and row trying to get off the field. 49ers in Carolina.
Oh,
They're
God.
going to show the replay.
Look at it.
Oh,
I like that dude. I like that
I
dude.
respect the
I
effort.
do. He said, "You ain't get me for a first down."
I respect the
Yeah, I
effort.
do.
Hey, I got a quick question, though.
Yeah.
I thought about this. Can you run to the other sideline? And
Good question,
That
Josh.
is a
Good
good
question.
question.
Good
'Cause
question.
Why not?
I don't know. Because I thought about that because there was a guy the other day I watched do it. I was like, man, if his team would have been on the other side, he would have made it off in time. I was like, man, what if he could have just went the other way? He was closer and he probably would have freaking made
Josh, I think that's a great
That's
question.
some
I'd like to
good
know.
thinking. No shit.
that's a
That
good
is.
question.
That is a great question.
Yeah. I made a little TikTok. It didn't get much traction, but we had an official try to almost pick up a fumble. I still don't think it was the right. You can't do that. You got to let that play out because if there's a recovery like right away, it was borderline. It might not have been a fumble, but the official made a mistake. He went to pick up the ball and he about got his head took off
Yep.
with guys trying to jump on it. So
All right. We'll talk more about the Kentucky stuff in the second half on the right side of Kentucky sports. So we've got nothing but rivalry games that we're going over here. I guess they're all right.
Yeah. This
Yeah.
is, yeah.
All right. So you
No,
just want
I think there's one that's not, but go ahead.
who you got?
Miami at Pitt, really a rivalry.
Oh, we ain't barely talking. Anthony's gonna bring that up, and
Okay.
and then I'm gonna brush it off.
All right. I'm gonna
Hey, Pitt won me some money. Pitt's been winning me money,
that
dude.
game, that is a decent.
I've
game,
been riding
really.
Pitt, and I'm gonna tell you, Pitt's won me some money, so I gotta have some love to
They
Pitt.
busted Georgia Tech's ass. Boy.
Yeah, they did.
It is Thanksgiving week. Happy Thanksgiving, guys.
I love this. Week.
I'm thankful for Bliss the Bookie, the opportunity that's given me here.
Absolutely. I hear you. I love this week too, Anthony. This is one of my favorite weeks. College basketball going on all day today, probably tomorrow and Wednesday too. Football on Friday, NFL and college. So we're starting on Friday, 3:30, Georgia at Georgia Tech.
Georgia.
Does this game got a name? The ass whooping
The
bowl?
Battle of Dixie?
Georgia favored by 12.5. This game is played in Atlanta, right?
It's got to be.
I think that's where it's
We
played.
can call it the Dukes of Hazzard Bowl. Ain't that where Bo and Duke went? They went into Georgia Tech that time when they went into the city. I think they were.
I don't
yeah.
remember. I used to watch that all the time.
Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah, my grandma used to always have it on.
Atlanta versus Athens. They're
I don't
pretty
know.
close.
I mean, does Georgia Tech have a chance? I wish Georgia Tech would have won or at least played a little bit better last week because Pittsburgh, what they win by 20, and they got them pretty good.
Yes.
But Georgia
So-
Tech was making a comeback, and then they threw a pick six on the 1 yard line. That was the killer. Pitt is the worst team about getting out on teams and letting them come back. Georgia Tech was on their way back. They were down. They got down 28-0. It was 28-14. They were going to score on like the 2 yard line to make it 28-21, and he threw a pick six, which was a huge game changer at that point.
I got a name for this game. This is real.
You get
I didn't make it up.
Okay, all
I
right.
didn't make this up. This
I
is
was-
real. This is called the Georgia Tech rivalry.
Let me
Is
write
known
this down.
as clean old fashioned hate.
Okay.
It was a phrase coined by the author Bill Cromartie in the early 1970s.
That's probably an old rivalry.
I've never heard that. Have y'all ever heard that?
Tonight.
Yeah, exactly.
Tonight.
Do they say that on the broadcast? Because I've never heard that. That's too long of a name.
Clean old fashioned hate. This ain't dirty hate. This is clean hate.
I know when you're driving through Georgia to go to Florida, if you come in from the top and go out the bottom, Georgia's a long state to drive. I know that.
Find your way around Atlanta.
Yeah.
I will drive an hour longer to get around Atlanta because it'll probably still save me an hour.
I don't never go through at rush hour. I always try to time it at nighttime. I'm a nighttime driver. I'm the night rider when I travel.
Like I said, I wish Georgia Tech was coming off of a win here. It would have made this game a lot more exciting. You know, I'm high on Georgia. Of course, this is not a conference game, so does it matter? I mean, it matters for seeding, I guess, but they're still going to be
I
in
think
the.
that gets them to the. Does that get them to the? No, they don't get the SEC championship because Alabama got the tie. Now, if A&M was to lose, I wonder how interesting that would get.
Who is in the ACC or the SEC championship?
So A&M,
right now?
of course, if they win, if they lose, does I don't know where they stand as far as tie breaks. I know Alabama beat Georgia for tie breaks. If they win their game, they'll be in the SEC championship against.
So if Alabama and A&M both win, that's the title game?
Yeah.
I would argue that that's better for Georgia.
Okay.
And I think I said that a week or two ago.
That's going to give them a lower seed in the tournament.
Yeah,
It'll probably take away their bye.
It might take away a bye, but they'll get a home game against.
But if Alabama, Texas A&M wins, no, they probably still might get a bye because that put them out.
They could. They still have a chance at getting a bye.
They can win and still not be in the SEC championship.
So right now, the championship would be A&M and Georgia.
Oh, it is?
Yes, Georgia's in second place.
I thought Alabama held the tie over them.
Maybe they did.
Alabama's just got one SEC loss. The other loss was the Florida State.
We'll have to look into that, but I would argue that it's for Georgia. It's better for them to not be in the title game.
I think they can win and still not be in it if both those teams win. I think.
Well, it doesn't matter if Georgia wins or not. I mean, that doesn't affect their SEC standings. Georgia Tech game.
Yeah, that's right. Good point.
Yeah, if they lost this game, it would hurt their seeding. But
I don't think they'll take Georgia Tech lightly. A, it's a rivalry, and B, Georgia Tech almost came in there and got them last year. Or did they beat them last year? I remember that game like nobody anticipated.
If they didn't beat them last year, they beat them maybe 2 years ago because Georgia Tech did beat Georgia. I'm not sure if
it was with Haynes King.
He's been there for 17 years.
Yeah. I'll say this. I do like the boy. I think he's good. He's a good runner, but I think Georgia's really good in that area. Georgia's weakness has been their pass defense. They went out and got some good receivers. I'm not a big Gunnar Stockton guy, but they do got some good receivers, a good offensive line. Their run-stopping defense is really good. They match up really well against running teams. Their Achilles heel is their pass defense. That's where they're vulnerable. That's why Alabama beat them. That's why Tennessee outplayed them. But I don't think Georgia Tech is some elite passing team. So I kind of like the matchup for Georgia.
Yeah, I'm high on Georgia, and they just keep trucking along. Josh, I know we're not making our picks here, but you give Georgia Tech any type of chance in this game?
I do
12
not.
12 and a half.
Especially coming off the loss to Pitt last week. Georgia's getting better, and they haven't peaked yet. They haven't plateaued. Georgia just seems like they're getting better each week. I didn't like them week 2, week 3, but come week 6, 7, 8, I've really liked what they've done.
This is Kirby's best coaching job. He's done a good job with this team. They're young. He's coached his ass off. He's cheated a little bit. He's done everything. He's scratched, claw, cheated. I would tell the ball players whenever we need something bad, I always tell them, scratch, claw, cheat, steal, whatever it takes, baby. Mm-hmm. And he's done a really good job.
All right, let's hit this next game. This is another Friday game at 7:30. Texas A&M at Texas. Texas A&M trying to stay undefeated. Texas has 3 losses, but I guess could be an argument that if they win this game, maybe they should get in. That will be an argument, and that will be a very hot topic if that happens. Texas A&M's only favored by 2.5. What do y'all think about this one?
Go ahead. I looked the name. We got a name for this one. It is the Lone Star Showdown.
Star Showdown.
All right, that's better than the clean old-fashioned hate.
I'm gonna put that on a t-shirt.
I think they really got hate. I watched a special on this game once, and they say that at least back in the day, there was like extreme hate. They got songs about it and everything.
Texas A&M's, they just feel like they got lucky against South Carolina. They were off last week, right? Or who did they play this week?
They didn't get lucky.
They woke up.
They threw the first half, Josh.
Yeah, I know. They cheated.
You ain't seen them play like that all year.
They actually, I think, got the same amount of yards as South Carolina in the first half, not outgained them as much as they were down. It was crazy.
I've liked Texas all year. I still like them.
A&M
A&M's still looking for that egg to lay. But we'll see what happens.
What happens if Texas A&M loses this game? Do they still get in the SEC championship?
I don't know.
So how many one-loss teams would it be if Texas A&M lost?
Georgia, Alabama, I think.
Ole Miss?
Ole Miss got 2 or 1?
No, they got 1.
Okay.
Yeah, they got 1.
So you'd have 4. If Texas A&M loses to Texas, you'd have 4 one-loss teams. That'd be crazy.
No, it would. This is the thing I'll say about the game. Texas A&M is very elite. If you just told me to pick a team, I'd take right off top Texas A&M. But it's not so fast because Texas, I think if they win, has a legit argument. And being that they're Texas, playing Ohio State out of conference, my belief on it, they outplayed them. But whatever, it was a close game in Columbus. And then you beat the undefeated SEC team. I mean, and also you beat another playoff team in Oklahoma. And beat them good. But the thing that Texas is really good at, they're really good at stopping the run. That's what A&M likes to do. They like to lean on that running game. I just don't know if Texas can generate enough points against the A&M defense because they have had trouble protecting Arch Manning this year. A&M gets after the passer really well. I don't know who I'll pick, but I do think it'll be a low-scoring game.
The more I'm thinking about it, breaking it down, I really like this game.
A lot of money in the game. That's probably I'd say that Texas-Ohio State's probably a lot too, but Texas A&M might be the most expensive game of the year.
Oh, picked off.
He just
Texas,
picked him off.
Texas A&M. It could be a question too with Texas A&M if they lose. Say Texas A&M loses a close game to Texas, 3-point game, gives them their first loss. For some reason, tiebreaker. I don't know what they are, but let's just say Texas A&M for some reason gets left out of the SEC championship with one loss at the end of the year, close game to Texas. What's their seed?
Do they still get a bye? I think that'd be the big question.
Yeah,
Do they
that's
still
what I'm
get a
saying.
bye?
Yeah, that's the main question. Would they still be a top 4 without playing in the SEC championship? I think there could be an argument for that.
If you are
So is it almost better? Like, are you better off? Because right now they're probably sitting at what, the 2 seed? Are they the 2, or is Indiana the 2? Regardless, they're the 2 or the 3. Ohio State's the 1. So say they're sitting at 2 or 3. If they lose a close game to Texas, don't make the SEC championship, can they stay at 4?
I don't know. You know,
Or would they lose that bye game?
Here's another question. I know what the coaches want. I know what the players want. But if you're the University of Texas A&M, do you want to have that home playoff game? I think the university and the athletic director would love to have the game. The coaches and the players would be like, heck no. But that'd be interesting.
Yeah, but I'm saying if you're going to be the 3 seed, if you're listed as the 2 or the 3 seed right now, and potentially, look, I'm not saying they want to lose this game, but if they lost this game and it worked out where they didn't have to play in the SEC championship and they only slid to the 4 seed and still got a bye.
Why play? Yeah.
What time?
Why
is
not?
That's almost a double bye.
Why not?
That's a double bye.
The difference between a 3 or the 4. Now, the question is, if they lose and they don't play in the SEC, would they drop to like the 5 or the 6 seed?
I think it would then depend on who won the SEC championship.
So I think a lot of stuff is riding on this week. Georgia, the Texas A&M, the mix-up that it could be with 4 teams with 1 loss in the SEC. A lot of stuff to think about. Texas somehow gets a win against Texas A&M. Do they get in? Vandy somehow gets a win against Tennessee. They got 2 losses. Do they get in? There's a lot of shit riding on this weekend, guys.
Here's another question. Say Georgia was to lose to Georgia Tech, which is not a conference game. That puts them at 2 losses. Say somehow they still go to the SEC championship. Say they lose the SEC championship. They go to 3 losses. Does that put them out?
Well, Georgia's not going to get in with 2 losses.
It'd be just 1 SEC loss.
Oh, yeah, this isn't a
I don't know
game.
the SEC scenario as far as who goes, who don't.
Yeah, that's a whole nother scenario.
Yeah.
So they lose. You're saying they lose to Georgia Tech. Now they have 2 losses. Still only got 1 in conference. They still make it to the SEC championship. They got 2 overall losses. Then they lose in the SEC championship. Now they got 3 losses. Do they get in?
That?
That is a good question too.
Yeah.
There's a lot of scenarios that we could.
Can you put? I don't think you can put them in over Vandy because Vandy would say Vandy
and
wins.
that's how Vandy gets in.
To me, I still don't
That
think
would
you
be-
can leave out a 2-loss SEC team if Vandy, finishes out the
That
season.
could be the way Vandy would get in.
Yeah. We just laid the roadmap for Vandy.
Yeah, Vandy's got to cheer for Georgia Tech, and then whoever Georgia plays in the SEC championship.
Who's Oklahoma play this week? Vandy needs a pull against Oklahoma too. That's way from the end.
They play
Or
Oklahoma-
Notre Dame.
They play Oklahoma State, probably.
Oh, any of those. Well, Miami. Well, we need more of a mix up in the ACC, but I'm not going to bash the ACC again. But I'd love for the ACC to just get more mixed up than it already is. Give me an ACC title champion with 4 losses. That's what I want. All right, next game Saturday at 3:30. Vandy at Tennessee. We've already mentioned it. If Vandy wins, 2 losses, can they get in? If they do, who do they get in over? At Tennessee, Tennessee's minus 2.5. Look, maybe it's prisoner of the moment, but Vandy looked really good last week. I mean, they put together just a game plan to beat an historically great SEC team and just dominated them last week. So I'm high on Vandy right now.
I was impressed with Vandy. I was really impressed with what you just said. And I also was impressed.
I was wondering if I was going to get a reaction from
I
anybody.
like it. But I was also impressed with the preparation that Vandy coaches did. Now, they were coming off a bye, so they had all week to prepare. But, man, they couldn't have been more prepared. They paid off our DBs. That was dude.
Coached a perfect game, dude.
They attacked us where we were weak. Vandy's a running team. Dude, they abandoned the run early.
Had what, 4 rushes
outside of Pavia, and they're a running team. Like, that's what they do. But I'm gonna tell you, the coaches knew they paid off our DBs, and they knew where to attack. They passed it almost every down.
Keep sticking that in there.
It's dude, I think they might have. I was impressed with how efficient Vandy was, but I like to think some of that's got to be our DBs and coverage line. I mean, we had nobody back there. I don't think they'll have that with Tennessee. I don't think Tennessee's defense is great, but at least you'll be playing against starters. Tennessee's went up against a lot of other offenses and been able to hold them halfway decent. I think Vandy's secondary will have trouble with Tennessee's passing game. I really do.
Does.
Yeah, they do. As long as Tennessee can protect their quarterback, you're going to have trouble stopping Tennessee's passing game. The biggest thing, can you get pressure on Tennessee's quarterback? Their offensive line's pretty good. I seen Oklahoma get pressure on them.
Well, Vandy got pressure on us all night.
Yeah, but
all night. And a lot of times with 4 guys. They weren't even blitzing half the time, dude.
But it was that. But they were doing that thing kind of what Indiana does. I love it. I wish, more people run it. I mean, there's weaknesses to it too, but where they show like 6 guys at the line of scrimmage. They only bring 4, but you don't know which 4 they're bringing. They're dropping back.
I feel like if I was a defensive coordinator, I'd do that every time.
Yeah.
I'm showing blitz every time. Figure it out.
Now, if you're smart enough to pick up on it, look, I love Cutter. I think Cutter is the future of college football, but he did his homework. He knew Cutter was a young quarterback, probably hadn't seen that. And look, there was time in the game where I wanted Calzada to come in because I knew it was confusing for Cutter. I knew he wasn't getting his protection set up right. And there was a time where I thought, put the more experienced guy in. But at the same time, I'm so glad they stuck with him because as bad as that was, Cutter's the future. Cutter's the future.
Go ahead and say it.
Cutter's the future, and I like the idea that I think Cutter got better through that. As bad as that was, he needed to see that. Now he's seen it, and he'll definitely grow from that, I think.
I agree.
But I got there is no name for this no official nickname for Vandy versus Tennessee.
It's the shit bowl.
What I called what happened to Kentucky, what Vandy did last week. I thought of something of what we can call it.
What do we call that?
It was working and twerking. Pavia worked us, and his mama twerked us. Working and twerking, baby.
I love it.
I do like that.
Has any non-player ever got more airtime?
I'm trying.
Ever.
Archie Manning got a lot, but I don't think he got that much. McCarron's girl.
I'm trying to think. There was somebody that used to show all the freaking time. But in one game, no. For a season, there's been others. But, I mean, they had the Pavia mom cam. She knew where it was.
She's a stripper. She got like stripper moves and stuff, dude.
Look, I was late to this party because I didn't even know who this lady. I heard people talking about her the last 2 weeks, and I didn't pay no attention to it. I had no clue. So Saturday was the first time I had ever seen her, and they showed her more than Taylor Swift.
Oh, yes.
Dude, they showed her double.
Yes. All right, that's what we compare it to. Yes, I love that comparison.
It's not even close, dude. They showed Taylor Swift a lot, and I have never, especially in the first half, I do feel like in the second half, maybe it was because it was a blowout.
And she was getting less and less clothing on.
Dude, she's like that stripper moves.
It did get a little better in the second half, but, man, if you had to take a guess right now, on how many times the camera cut to her in the first half, what would your guess be? I think I said to Anthony between 20 and 25 times.
I'm way lower than that. I was going to say 7. But still,
in the whole first half?
Yeah.
Maybe I don't
know, but 7's a lot. I think 7's a lot.
I do too, but I think it was like 20.
Oh, it was way more than 7. Okay. It was way more. I might be wrong, Josh, but I think it's way more than 7.
Maybe it just seemed like it. Maybe I'm way off.
That's why I said 7. So
you might be
right. I think 7's a lot.
7 is a lot. Yeah. That's a whole lot to show somebody.
They only showed Cutter Bowley 6.
What do you think? Like, how much of a event do you think would happen if she had a wardrobe malfunction or she just flashed her boobs? Like,
oh my God.
How big of a thing would that be?
I think they're on enough a delay where they'd catch it. Okay. They got so many.
But there would be shots of it. There would be shots of it. There'd be videos.
Shots of it.
There's videos and cameras everywhere now.
Yeah, you wouldn't see it on TV, but imagine that.
You'd see it on TikTok the next day. I promise you that. Or the next 5 minutes.
Dude, now let's ask the question that I don't think I've heard anybody ask yet. And what do you think that her son thinks about this.
Oh,
shit.
he rides her. He rolls with her. Like
He rides her?
he's a mouthy one too. He's mouthy as fuck.
they're
No,
like, I
yeah,
think
but
they got
she's
that-
out there in short shorts, like super short
High
shorts,
boots.
acting like a freak. You don't think he's like, come on, man.
Nash Vegas,
Like,
baby.
no,
What happens in
not-
Nash Vegas
not-
stays in
not
Nash
Diego.
They
Vegas.
trying to get paid?
No, so I'll tell you,
He's like, go get that money, man.
I knew a little bit before it, but I did a couple of TikToks. They got a lot of traction, so I learned a lot. But they're from New Mexico, and the first people out of that, like Chachino, like that made it out, and the whole state's pulling for them. But there's a lot of people that keep saying it's so New Mexico. So I guess New Mexico's the armpit of the Southwest or the West Coast. I'm serious. Like it must be the white trash or the Hispanic trash or whatever people want to judge
No
people
offense
by.
to any of our New Mexico
No,
listeners.
dude. That's bullshit. I don't judge people. But you kept hearing that. Oh, that's so New Mexico. I just think it's a deal where it's their
How old
opportunity.
is she? Does anybody know how old she is?
I was asking Anthony that. I mean, how old is he? 23, 24?
He's like
older,
30.
right? No, but for real, he's like 23, 24 years old.
Oh,
right?
he's been in college like 7 years, I think.
So, I mean, she's got to be,
You think she's?
I don't know what,
she
but
could
say
have been.
20 years.
Google it.
She's got to be our age.
She could have been a teen mom.
She's
you know?
our age.
What size?
I think she's wild guess. I'm guessing maybe early to mid 40s.
I'm gonna say 50.
You think she's 50?
I'm gonna late 40s.
I don't think she's
I'm gonna
older
late
than
40s.
us.
Late 40s.
How does nobody know? Google says the age of Vanderbilt quarterback Diego Pavio's mother,
Is unknown.
Antoinette Padilla, is not publicly available.
Oh shit!
What?
That's available.
All right, that's our next TikTok post. Who can find out her birthday?
Hey, she produced a hell of an athlete. You imagine if she hooked up with somebody tall? She'd really have an athlete. He's like, what, 5'9"? I've never seen a quarterback built like him that was good.
All right, well, the Vandy, Tennessee preview turned into the
HotterNot.com.
Blitz after dark.
Blitz the Bookie after dark.
Who's the quarterback of Tennessee?
Who knows?
Okay, I was going to say,
Aguiar.
Who cares?
who's
Aguiar.
mom's hotter? Aguiar's or
Actually, I
That's
saw somebody maybe a comment on one of your posts said, "Look at Aguiar's mom and look at Pavia's mom, and that's the difference between class and no class."
I saw
so
the same
maybe
thing.
we need to look
TikTok, baby.
up his mom because maybe she's hot too.
That's a TikTok. I promise you, it's a TikTok for me.
All right, well, that's it for the Vandy Tennessee game.
On to the Iron Bowl.
Any hot moms in this one?
McCarron's mom, our girlfriend was hot. Remember McCarron's? I think that was him.
What's Ty Simpson's mom look like?
I don't know. We can check him out.
All right,
Have you seen, real quick side note, have you seen that guy who does smash or pass on quarterbacks' moms
I
yes.
love
on
it.
TikTok?
Yes, I have seen that.
Oh,
All right, the Iron Bowl, Alabama at Auburn. Alabama -5.5. They still got Alabama as what, the 10 seed right now?
yes.
Alabama's got to win. They lose, I think they're out.
Yeah.
I think
Alabama,
when they win, they're in. So it's real simple for Alabama.
Alabama's got more to play for.
Auburn's got
Every
a lot to
time-
play for.
every
Auburn's got
time-
a lot to play for.
Yeah, just for beating their rival.
Dude, they
but
want to
that's about
beat
it.
them so bad. Auburn, Alabama. Y'all talk about Michigan, Ohio State, the game. I think Auburn and Alabama's the bigger game. Auburn would love nothing better than to beat Alabama and put them out of the playoff. It's almost like when we wanted to beat Lamar to put them out of the playoff. The question will be, does Alabama get a hold of some of the Auburn players and pay them off? I mean, seriously, I think that's a real question.
I mean, Auburn is basically playing for nothing, so it could be a possibility. If you're looking for a spot to pay somebody to throw a game, it might be a good spot because besides pride, they're not playing for anything.
Hey, take Louisville and Kentucky, for example.
And you say it's all about the money.
Dude, take Louisville. Look, I'm scared of that. I'm scared of that for them. Take Louisville and Kentucky, for example. Louisville's going to go to the playoff. All they got to do is beat us. We still think we have a decent team. They're only 5-6 point underdogs.
5.5.
Auburn that place will be rocking. I guarantee it. The place will be rocking. That's Auburn's Super Bowl. It gives them a game to play for. They hate each other. They would love to put Alabama. If they're not going to be good, they don't want to see Alabama good. They're going to be super motivated. I do think the question is, can Alabama's boosters get the Auburn players?
I like your little angle there.
Yeah. I promise you. I really believe that.
I mean,
I really
I don't
believe
hate
that.
it at all because
Yeah.
I kind of agree with the Kentucky U of L take there.
As sarcastic as that seems, it's really a possibility these days, dude. It really is. So I wouldn't put it past anybody. But yeah, Auburn, we've talked about them a lot this year. Just a disaster from top to bottom with what they had going on. Have we heard who their I guess it's just one of their coordinators got
Yes.
bumped up. So
Yes.
They've been playing for him, though. They all but beat Vandy the week
You're right.
before.
Mhm.
They outplayed Vandy. They had a chance to win it in regulation. Should have won it. All they had to do was complete that pass. They have a really good field goal kicker. It would have been done.
and that could be a scenario where Auburn had a pretty decent roster, and maybe half the team just didn't like the coach and was just waiting for him to get fired. And I don't like to use the term they gave up, but maybe they weren't working as hard in practice. Maybe they weren't putting as much preparation in. And then the coach gets fired, and you see it a lot in college and pro sports, really. What's the percentage of time when a team that is playing their first game with a new coach, what do you think the percentage of the time that they play considerably better than they have been?
It happens it happens a lot.
Over 50%?
I'd say.
Like 60, 70%?
Well, I think-
I was going to say 60.
I think right when
I
a
think-
coach gets fired, it's been a lot of build up to it. And I'm sure they might even like their coach, but sometimes there's almost a relief, like it's over.
But I bet you in a lot of those situations, there's probably divides in
Sure,
the locker
yeah.
room on which guys are supporting the coach and which guys aren't.
Well,
You know what I'm
you're
saying?
seeing at LSU when that guy came in, he benched Nussmeier and brought the other guy in, which I don't think was a good move. But when this guy came in for Auburn, they put Arnold to the bench and brought in the other boy. And look, he didn't look great against Kentucky, but they came back and they passed the ball all over Vandy that next game. And they have all those wide receivers. Should they have been playing that boy the whole time? Kentucky was able to get to him. What a difference a week makes, because Auburn looked better in Vandy, and then Vandy looked twice as good as us. So, I mean, it's just matchups and, the difference of a week. And if they get a hold of their players, Vandy got a hold of our DBs.
Look, as we've seen in the past, anything can happen in this game. We've seen multiple times this game end on some crazy shit.
Mhm.
So I would not put anything past Auburn. Matter of fact, I'd like to say in that one where Auburn got the tip pass at the end and won, Auburn wasn't very good that year either, were they?
No.
Or am I wrong about that?
Or the year when they ran back the field goal.
Or maybe that's the one I'm
Yeah,
thinking. They didn't have a great team,
No, they didn't
right?
have a very good
They
team.
weren't
no.
supposed to beat Alabama that day. Yeah, so that's two of them. And then the other one was the tip ball,
Yeah.
right? And that was at the very end. So, look, as much as I think Alabama's a way better team than Auburn, Anthony's right. This is a huge rivalry for them. It's at home, and they will be looking to spoil Alabama's season. They would love to knock them out. It's like a consolation prize for them. Yes,
No.
Auburn in this game.
I'll-
guys.
I'll- I'll
I
say-
would probably not. I will not bet this game. You like it this game?
I like certain angles about it.
Yeah,
So,
I'm gonna
look,
lay off
Auburn
this.
has really good DBs. That will help against Alabama. Will it be enough? Because Alabama's got the best passing game in the country. For Alabama, Alabama's really good at defending the pass. Really good. Oklahoma beat them. Longest drive was 40 yards. Auburn's been passing more of lately because they really can't get the run game going with that offensive line. So I could see it being a low-scoring game because I think both defenses match up well with the offenses they're going against. So I think Kalen DeBoer lost that game to Oklahoma because he didn't learn to grind one out and just take what was given to him. He kept passing it. I think he's going to learn from that. I think he'll try to grind this game out against Auburn because Auburn's got some very serious DBs. He'll still pass because they believe in their passing game big time. But I can see him trying to run the ball, trying to get ready for the playoff, and just not beating theirself, because I'm not sure if Auburn can score much if they can't run the ball because Alabama guards the pass as good as anybody.
All right. Well, game of the week, Ohio State at Michigan in the big house. Can Ryan Day, he's done everything else. He doesn't do a very good job of beating Michigan, does he? Did they lose to Michigan last year? Didn't they lose to Michigan last year? Last game of the year?
Yeah. That's what set them up for the national title because they had to play in the game. So.
Did they lose to Michigan 2 years ago?
Oh,
That was when
Michigan's won like three or 4 years in a row.
Can
Like,
Ryan Day beat Michigan? Because he's won a national championship. He's done everything else, but he cannot win this game. I know, Anthony, you've already said you love Ohio State in this game.
I absolutely love them.
It's kind of like what we talked about last game with Auburn and Alabama. Anything can happen, and I think Michigan's way better than Auburn is and can give Ohio State much better game. I think they keep this one tight. I know it's a 9.5-point spread, and I do believe Ohio State's the best roster, and maybe just call them the best team in the country, but they haven't been tested, and this is their biggest rival, and Michigan will be up for it. And shit, Michigan's only got 2 losses, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, what if they win? If they beat Ohio State, do they get in?
Both losses they got are the two decent teams they played, and they got whooped in both of them, Oklahoma and USC.
But if they finish off with a win over Ohio State,
they're not winning. I'm not even going to consider it.
Yeah.
I think
You better consider it because anything can happen.
I guarantee it. Oh, Jim Harbaugh was there. They were really good them years. Michigan's nowhere near the same team they were even last year, and they weren't even that good last year. I think Ohio State's got revenge on their mind, and not unless a snowstorm comes with a big windstorm behind it. And I would still say Ohio State's better. I just think Ohio State's so much better than them. And I think last year they caught the perfect scenario with the bad weather and the wind. And Ohio State will be super motivated. Ryan Day wants this game more than anything else, I think, right now.
Yeah, because if he's catching any heat, it's about this game.
Yeah, I agree. Underwood has to play the best game he's ever played in college, all out of all 11 of them that he's played.
Good luck against Ohio State.
Exactly. And I don't think he can do it. His only advantage is he's at home. And I think he plays a lot better at home than he does on the road.
He's winning the Heisman this week.
They don't
what a jump. He could throw for 700 and run for
I'm just taking hot takes. Cutter's the best quarterback in the country, and Underwood beats Ohio State by 14 this week and wins the Heisman.
Let me tell you a fun fact about the game that talking about the Heisman. If you look at all the betting odds, it's Mendoza and Sam.
So Anthony's not giving Michigan a chance. I do think they can kind of keep it close. You don't think they got a chance either?
It's too tough. I wish Underwood was playing a little bit better, and then maybe I could lean the Wolverine. I'm not going to give away my pick yet.
They don't have that good offensive line. He don't have. I'll take up for the boy. I don't even think it's him. I think they just don't have the weapons and offensive line. They spent all their money on Underwood.
Right, dude. I told that story a couple times on here where the guys on Twitter were arguing over how much he got paid. I think he makes $75 million a year.
No, I thought it was 80.
Right. That's exactly what they were doing. This guy goes, man, we're giving this guy $3 million a year. This other guy goes, I heard it was $5. I think we're paying him $7.
Hey, we need to see some receipts for some of this stuff. They're pocketing money.
Hey, it won't be long, and people are going to be demanding like who gets what. That's a whole nother argument.
Is there a couple other games you want to hit on here?
Let me hey, real quick before you do that. There was a Michigan fan that came in my live the other night, and I asked him, "Are you bought in on your coach?" And he basically said no. And that was just one guy, but he did say that's kind of the consensus up there is they don't really think he might be the guy for Michigan. So I know, Anthony, you were saying that earlier in the season.
His name was #1 official U of L Michigan fan, so that makes his
#1 official Michigan fan.
Yeah, that makes it a lot more credible comment.
Hell yeah, it does.
Michigan's best win, they got controlled by Oklahoma. They got beat by like 20 by USC. Really, their only other decent game they played was Washington. Washington had 3 turnovers in that game. There's no other decent wins on their schedule. They had a pretty easy schedule.
Who'd they get beat by?
Oklahoma and USC, and got controlled in both games. I think they're overrated.
Those aren't bad losses, though.
No, I agree, but they got controlled in those games. When I watched the Oklahoma game, when I watched the USC game, I thought Michigan was playing conservative just to not get beat bad by Oklahoma, which Oklahoma, in my opinion, don't even have much of an offense, but they sure like they had offense when they were playing Michigan. And then USC played them. USC absolutely dominated that game.
How did Michigan not get – they didn't get Penn State, Oregon, Indiana. They didn't get any of those teams on their schedule. Dude, how many interceptions? Every time I look up, it's another interception.
It was a fumble.
Put Mac Jones. No, it's 3 interceptions. I got the 49ers.
By him, but didn't
2 in the end zone.
Carolina threw 1 or 2 picks.
Yeah, so it's 4 interceptions. 4 interceptions. Purdy's got 3.
It is halfway through the damn second quarter, and there's got to be more interceptions than completions in this.
Purdy is so overrated.
He came back his first game. He came back and lit it up.
Okay, maybe
I was going to bring this. I was going to bring this back up.
Did he have 4 touchdowns his first game back?
Well, he has 4 interceptions today.
No shit.
You know who Purdy is? He's fucking Pavia. What's his mom look like?
I don't know. Is she hot? He ain't 5'9" though.
I bet he ain't much taller.
No. How tall is he? 6'1", 6'2"?
Bring Mac Jones in.
No, he's not that tall. And is there ever been – who's the smallest quarterback to ever play in the NFL?
Flutie?
Doug Flutie?
Flutie?
How tall was he? 5'10"?
Yeah.
5'11"?
Does Pavia play in the NFL?
Said he's 6'1". Said he's 6'1".
That's what I'm saying. 5'9", dude. 5'9" would be – I don't know if Pavia – if he's truly 5'9", and if they say he's 5'9", you know he's 5'8".
Yeah.
So if they list him at 5'9", I don't know if Pavia can play in the
He don't play. He
NFL,
don't
dude.
throw. He don't throw a deep ball
I
very
don't think
well.
so. No.
He
would
dinks and
freaking
dunks.
die in
Right.
the NFL.
I didn't think Scatterboo would make it. Oh, he's kind of like a.
Scatterboo's already got his
He ain't
freaking.
made it.
Yeah, what do you mean? He already got his bones
Well,
broke.
look, I kind of said that. I kind of thought Scatterboo didn't have a chance, and he kind of proved me wrong.
He
So
had a
much.
chance until he got freaking broke.
6 weeks. That's all he
Hey,
made.
Diego's mom might pull a favor out, you know, kind of like Forrest Gump angle there when you need to get to school. Just saying. That's a TikTok. That's a TikTok. I'm playing that angle. I'm a TikTok
that is
king.
fucking awesome. Oh, man. All right. Well, that was our preview of the game of the week. All right. On to the NFL. And let's just roll through these pretty quick because the NFL slate is terrible. We got 2 good games. Luckily for us, they're both on Thanksgiving. At least we got some good football on Thanksgiving. But our 3 games we're going to go over on Thursday and Friday. So on Sunday, find something else to do because there is no good football on. If you got to do something with the kids or put your Christmas lights up, whatever you got to do it on Sunday because the football sucks on Sunday.
Hey, run it back. Listen to Blitz the Bookie again.
There you go. Sunday. Hey, look, the episode drops on Thursday. We already know Thursday's Thanksgiving. Nobody's going to listen. It's okay. Friday, might be shopping or watching football, whatever. Saturday, numbers are usually low because everybody's watching football. It's cool. Sunday, the football sucks. Listen to Blitz the Bookie.
Listen on all platforms. Just hit YouTube, look at us, then hit the iHeart, go to Spotify.
And then check out TikTok.
Yep.
Anthony's getting wild on TikTok, son.
Blitz the
Anthony-
Bookie After Dark.
Yeah.
Check us out.
NSFW.
We seriously are thinking about maybe a little Blitz the Bookie After Dark. Josh called it the Silk Stockings edition. Watch out for it. Anthony's getting spicy on the internet. I couldn't even get him a post a week ago. Now he's posting 3-4 times a day. I'm proud of you, dude. I swear I am.
My
I'm proud
kids
of
done
you.
call me out for it, but guess what? Part of it.
All right. Thursday, Thanksgiving, while we're all probably just sitting down to eat or getting ready to. Most people eat kind of early. I feel like we eat around 2. What
Yeah,
time y'all
we're
eat?
like 3 o'clock.
Yeah, 2, 3. So at 1 o'clock, this is a good game. Green Bay at Detroit. Detroit has issues. Green Bay, I still can't trust them. Division game. Who's leading the division? The Bears?
Yes.
The Bears? Detroit's got problems, dude. What do y'all think about Detroit?
I think
They
they're
got
good.
issues. Or are they shaving
Point
points?
shaving. They get them with the flea
I'm with it,
flicker.
dude.
They're shaving points.
They still won that game by 7 too.
Yeah.
And they were favored by 13.
They turned it on when they needed to turn it on. That's point shaving 101.
What
right
was
there,
the
boys.
game where they kept? I know that's what Dan Campbell does is goes for it on 4th down. The last game they lost.
That was 2 or
Philly.
3 weeks ago.
Philly.
Was it the Philly game?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
He had to go through it for like 9 times.
it was horrible.
Too many
And I felt
coaches
like it was take the points or punt the ball, play defense, and it just really turned me off on the lines.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
I just thought it was
that's
too
what he-
much.
that's what he does.
Sometimes
though.
you overthink, and I understand that's what he does. But sometimes you got to go against your gut. Sometimes has he got anybody in his ear to say, "Hey, Dan, might just want to punt it?
You know,
let's play field position here. We got a pretty good offense."
You know,
I respect the fact that he sticks to his guns, but you're right. At sometime you are you being stubborn?
Right.
Are you just being stubborn and trying to stick to your ways? Because you're better off adapting to the game or the situation. So I respect that he sticks to it, but dude, sometimes you just gotta kick.
That game really turned. That was the game. I'm getting mad right now. That game just turned me off of the lines, and I was high on the lines at the beginning of the year.
You know, and
But just-
always when it don't work, that's when it turns us off. I'm guilty of it too.
right.
You know,
I get that,
with
yeah.
coaching,
Yeah.
we was rough on Butch Hamden. Even I was, you know. But it's like it's always bad when it don't work. When it works, it looks good. I just think that's sports how we judge it sometimes. If you remember, Charlie, I made a point of this, and I love Dan Campbell, but I almost think the media has created this. Oh, he's the Mississippi Gambler, and he almost has to. I hate to say this because I think the guy's really smart, but he almost got to stick with it in his mind because they created that image, and he's almost tied into that image, and it's like he don't want to give that up. But maybe I'm wrong.
That turns into stubbornness.
I agree.
And then that'll end up costing your team.
But stubbornness can also create champions too. I agree it can cost your team too. I think there's a fine line because I think some of the greatest coaches are stubborn.
Because
He
he
it's
did
tough.
it like the 3rd or 4th week too. He did
Yeah.
the same thing, and I know I texted you. I was like, "This son of a bitch."
He does it a lot.
he's won a lot of games that way
He
too.
has,
though.
he
So
has.
I mean, it's
I don't know. All right, I'll do my pick right now. I'm taking the Packers because this guy done pissed me off. I'm taking Green Bay. And on the road, Packers winning outright.
For me, I think it's Detroit. I think Detroit was flat cheating last week. I do. And I think Giants had like a freaking flea flicker. And Jameis Winston's always good to throw up some numbers, dude. My dude can attack.
He ain't scared to throw an interception.
I don't want people trying to pick up Jameis Winston, dude. He
caught a touchdown pass. Did you see the touchdown pass he caught in the little movie he put on?
I like Jameis.
I'll take Jameis on my team all day.
He said he'll play tight end too. He said he'll do whatever it takes to win, dude. I love his energy. I love his positivity.
Great teammate.
You can call it fake, but you need somebody like that in the locker room that's being. Yeah, I agree.
He is not fake. He's always been like that.
I don't know if it was Barstool.
I
don't know if it was Barstool who created this idea or who it was, but I've seen them retweet it. But they said Jameis Winston should just be an all-time free agent. And when a team gets hurt, he automatically goes to them for that week.
I love it.
All-time quarterback.
It's just the 33rd quarterback.
Full-time free agent.
Yes. And when you need him, you just plug him in. He plugs and plays.
I love that idea.
All-time quarterback, guys. You're playing outside playing football when you were a kid, all-time quarterback.
So you're going Green Bay.
I'm going Green Bay.
Green Bay with the upset. Anthony, you said you got Detroit.
Yep.
Yeah, this one's tough for me, but I am going to stick with Detroit here, even though, I do think they got some holes that they're going to have to figure out. But at home on Thanksgiving, they're going to want that turducken or whatever. Is that the 1 o'clock game where they get the turducken, or is that the 4 o'clock
I think it's the 4 o'clock because it's always the Cowboys, right? I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
It seems like it.
Yeah, the Fox game. Regardless, there'll be a big old turkey over there for the winning team to eat. Give me the home team. I'm taking the Lions, although I am a little bit nervous about the Lions being able to make the Super Bowl. I've got a future bet on them to win the division, and I'm halfway worried about that. So I'd like to see them win this game.
Real quick question. One thing when you think of Thanksgiving football, NFL, what do you think of?
I mean, the first thing is John Madden.
Me too. That's what I was going to say. It brought up the turkey, but John Madden always did the turkey.
Mine's I just immediately think Cowboys Lions.
Yeah,
that's
Cowboys Lions.
That was the first thing. John Madden wasn't the first thing to come to my mind, but it's Cowboys Lions for me is what I think.
You know what else comes to my mind, which is weird because they don't play every year, but they play almost every year, the Bears. The Bears always seem to play on Thanksgiving too, but Chicago does play. No, the Cowboys and the Lions play every year. Yes. They play every year, but I'd like to see who's third because I'd guess that it's probably the Chicago Bears.
I bet it's them or the Packers.
Do you think that? Remember last year or the year before they did the thing with like Kansas City and the Nickelodeon slime and stuff?
Oh, yeah. They still do that once a year.
Okay.
The slime game, the Nickelodeon game. When they going to have the Blitz the Bookie game?
It's coming.
Blitz the Bookie's taking over, baby.
Better watch out.
For the 9-9.
Better watch out.
26 years ago. We are 26 years.
We
was ahead of our time.
For the 2-6, son. For the 2-6. The second of 3 games on Thanksgiving, the 4:30. This will be the turducken game. The Chiefs and the Cowboys, both coming off of big wins. Kansas City, you could argue that they just saved their season with that win against the Colts. Big time comeback win for Kansas City. I thought it was. Looked like that Indy was really kind of control. I won't say they were dominating. I haven't looked at the box score, but it looked like they were controlling most of that game. And Kansas City battled back and won that game. Dallas, of course, beats Philly. Bullshit. They got that late fumble inside the 10-yard line. But Dallas is playing good right now. Their offense is clicking. Their defense has had the 2 pickups a week or 2 ago. They're clicking. This is going to be a hell of a game. What do y'all think about this? Shootout or a low score? I mean, Dallas scores a lot of points. Kansas City's not so much scoring like a high-flying team this year. What do y'all think? High-scoring game? Low-scoring game?
I think this game plays out just like that Colts-Chiefs game. I mean, just a game in the low 20s. And the way I think the Chiefs beat the Colts is in the first half, they had a lot of long drives, and it just ended up in field goals.
Okay.
And I think the Colts defense got tired.
Wore them down.
I think it wore them down. They made a nice stop there at the end of the fourth quarter to hold them to that field goal.
Yeah, they did.
But I think that's why Steichen took the ball at the beginning of overtime. Because, most of the time you win the toss, you defer. Let them. That way you know what you have to do because you both get a possession. But I think he knew his defense was tired.
I don't know if NFL teams are doing that. I think that's more in college because who else went to overtime yesterday?
Yeah, they said.
But Romo talked about it. He said now with the playoff rule, because both teams are getting chances.
Right.
So
But,
there's different angles on that.
Right, but Romo brought up another point, or maybe it was the other guy with him. He said, like, say they score a field goal, or say they score a touchdown, so you got a touchdown. But now you need a touchdown. Okay, so you actually get 4 downs instead of 3. You know what I'm saying? Because you can go for it on 4th down versus where if you get stopped, you're going to punt or kick a field goal.
Dude, he almost stole 4th pick right there.
That makes sense.
He's wild.
And they're still winning 7-3.
I just think the Colts defense got tired. The Chiefs didn't play awesome. So I think it's a similar game. And the Chiefs are just been up and down, up and down, up and down. And I think they went up, used a lot of energy last week. They're going down to the Cowboys. This is a home Thanksgiving turkey dinner game. Turducken game for the Cowboys. I'm taking the Cowboys here.
Cowboys.
And I'm going to flat out tell you, I think the Cowboys offense is the best offense in football. They're good. Good offensive line. Dak's playing level.
Pick up, dude. He is balling. Did you see that catch he had yesterday, dude?
And I'm going to tell you what. Jerry Jones took a lot of shit, and he always does from a lot of people. Oh, man, still making good business moves. Because I'm going to tell you, I think almost everybody's starting to come to agreement to get rid of Parsons because it was such a big number, and picking up Quinnen Williams, picking up the other guy. It's their defense is better than what it was. I'm not saying it's great, but it's better than what it was. They did have the fumble, but the Eagles are really good, and Dallas missed some opportunities early where they had turnovers down inside the red zone.
I mean, that's resiliency. They were down 21-0 in the first half, come back and win that ball game.
But they were moving the ball early. Cowboys are playing really good, dude. I really like the Chiefs. But I think the Cowboys are on a mission, dude. Cowboys can make a run for this. I'm taking Cowboys.
Mike Tomlin does a really good job most of the time. History shows of like getting rid of, especially his skill players before it's too late. He did it with Antonio Brown. He did it with Mike Wallace. He did it with Le'Veon Bell. He always gets the most out of his skill players and then gets rid of them like right when they're about to.
Wow, the trade value is still good.
And right when they're about done. Dude, he's got to be shaking his head on Pickens because, dude, Pickens was nothing but a headache in Pittsburgh for Mike Tomlin. And, dude, he has found his spot in Dallas, and he is playing ball. I agree, Anthony, their offense, I don't know if they're the best in football. They might be. The Rams?
But was he a number 1 in Pittsburgh?
I think the Rams is a better team, but I don't think they have a better offense than Dallas.
Maybe the Colts.
Was Pickens a number 1 in Steelers? At the Steelers? Was he
number 1 receiver? But
See, but now he gets to play as number 2. He's got CD on the other side.
That offensive line.
That does help out, but he's just – he's
really great.
Good,
I'm not taking nothing away from the dude.
He's playing
but man,
really
when you
good.
got someone like CD Lamb, a good route runner like that, man, a lot of stuff opens up underneath for you.
You just don't see that often with Tomlin getting rid of players like that when they're still kind of in their prime. I feel like he's done a great job with that.
Dallas's offensive line is really good. Dak's good. And maybe that's I think a lot of times you look good because of what everybody else is, like the combination of, everything kind of works together, and I think that's the case in football in general.
Who'd you take, Winkle?
I have it.
Oh, okay. I'm not rushing you.
I'm taking the home team. I know that's unusual for me to take the Cowboys, but they're playing good right now. It's at home. They're on a little roll here. I didn't even think about this when I was doing my research for the game. But I guess it was their first home game since their teammate died. I didn't even think about that. And maybe that helped them a little bit yesterday. So I'm going to say Dallas keeps rolling, man.
Can I change my pick right now?
I like what you said with up and down, and they just went up, and now I just feel like they're about to go down. But Kansas City, I don't think is the same. That was a gutty win.
I know what he wants to do.
Change it.
I know what he wants to do.
Change it. Charlie can't get on the right side of the Cowboys.
So I'm going Dallas. Anthony's switching to Kansas City.
I like it. So now I like that we did that because we all 3 picked the Colts last weekend, and that's just like the Blitz the Bookie curse. At least now y'all got a way to choose. You heard what we had to say. Now y'all can pick on your own.
Now, are you staying with Dallas is the question.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Right. I'm riding with Dallas.
Me and Josh are riding with Dallas on that one. Anthony switches to Kansas City.
Guarantee it, son. I'm going right now when I leave here. I'm making a very large bet on Kansas City.
All right, on to Friday. This will be the last NFL game for us. Friday, 3 o'clock, Black Friday. While all of the women are shopping, you guys can watch a good football game. Chicago at Philly. Philly's -7. I think Chicago's won 7 of 8. I think. I could be wrong on that, but it's something like that. Philly just got beat by Dallas last week in a game that I think they probably thought they should have won. Terrible situational spot for Chicago here. I'm going to go ahead and tell you, I'm taking Philly to win. I don't think there's a chance that Chicago wins this game. Although I do like Chicago, and I think they are getting better each week, this is a bad spot for them going into Philly. Philly's going to be pissed off, and I don't think they lose 2 in a row. So give me the Eagles.
I think that Philly played a really tough Dallas team. I like the Bears. I like the Bears a lot. Are they great? No, but I think they're a solid, good team. I think Philly's a really good team. They'll want to win the game. I agree with everything you said, Charlie. Eagles for me.
God dang it. I like the Eagles too. Fucking Bears are going to win. But yeah, I really like
I wouldn't even be mad if Chicago did win that game out.
I'm pretty good with the Eagles.
As long as I don't bet it, I'll be happy if Philly does.
I'm telling
I
you,
would never touch. And I told y'all the very first game of the year was the Eagles and Cowboys, and everybody was down on the Cowboys. And Cowboys covered the spread. The spread was huge.
I'm good with the Eagles. Win or lose, dude, I've been on the right side of the Eagles almost every time.
I like the Eagles. I think their defense is good. Hurts is good enough. They've really been trying to get the ball, and maybe that hurt them this week. They've really been trying to get the ball to A.J. Brown to keep him happy, so he's not demanding a trade.
Their ownership's like starting to say things about Hurts. They're starting to make comments. There was a big article on ESPN.
Say what?
Just say he's not doing a good enough job. I read an article on ESPN about it.
Did they run the tush push yesterday? I didn't see any highlights. I don't know if they got in that situational football.
Show me where he's doing anything wrong.
But I'll take the Eagles.
We're all on Philly. Let's get back to the college games. Georgia at Georgia Tech. It's not even. I mean,
Georgia, go Dogs.
Georgia. It's not. I mean, this.
Ooh.
Seriously, nobody's taking Georgia Tech.
No.
Nobody's going out on a limb here.
Nope. Stephon Marbury is not walking through that door.
Calvin Johnson.
There you go.
There we go. Calvin Johnson. Dude was a fucking monster, dude. God, he was so
out there
good.
running the option, and how the hell did he end up at Georgia Tech? That was back when they were running like wing T or wishbone bullshit. He was there.
He's probably like, man, I wish I'd have stuck it out and left with my boy Stafford.
Well,
He could be in fucking L.A. right now.
I heard
he's a fucking monster.
I heard he say it. He likes Stafford. Their buddies. He said, "Man, Stafford. I had the young Stafford." He said he wasn't good as he is now. He said, "I'm watching him now, and he's dealing out there."
Dude,
He
He
said,
was good. He's always been a
"That's what he
gunslinger.
said. That's what he said."
God,
Well, he wasn't what he is now.
He just seems so under control,
Oh,
man.
he's
The
fucking
game has just slowed down.
He's a
for him.
quarterback that can make a quick decision. I'm telling you, these quarterbacks now, they are trained to run around, and by the time they don't have to make quick decisions. He's a throwback. He's a throwback 3-step, 4-step drop.
Stafford
quarterback.
ain't running nowhere.
No,
he ain't running
but he's smart
nowhere.
enough to know where he's going. A lot of these guys, I'm not saying they're not smart enough, but they don't learn to read a defense. Back in the day, that's what you did because teams were blitzing. They was going to hit you. And so you had to learn to, a 3-4-step drop, get rid of it. And he's just one of the dinosaurs that's still left.
Yeah,
you can see it. I love seeing the contrast because my argument is these guys today, all they do is run around and somebody gets open.
Dude, that poor DB last night.
Right here, it's all they do. They wiggle around and somebody gets open, check down. Or
Oh,
somebody
come
out
on,
there.
dude. He stepped up in the pocket. That was great
Well,
footwork
yeah,
right
it
there.
was.
What are you
I
talking
agree.
about?
But that's what
That's
they do.
the same thing
I
Joe
agree.
Montana or
I
Dan Marino would have did.
I
He stepped
agree.
up in the
But
pocket.
they buy themselves time. That's what they do now.
You got to sometimes.
I agree.
But
But the years ago, the game was played more drop
but
back.
that wasn't it right
quarterback.
there.
Adams one-on-one with that DB last night.
Dude, Adams is nice.
He was
dude.
getting killed. And Stafford he throws a great ball. He just throws people open, man. I really like him. I really
Lasers.
like him. So all of us are taking the dogs.
Best player in the NFL. I think Anthony said that a couple weeks ago, and
He
I
is.
He's
completely
favorite,
agree, dude.
minus
He is the
250
best
to win it.
player in the NFL
Passed
right
up
now.
my man Jonathan Taylor.
Argue with Blitz the bookie. All right, Texas A&M at Texas. Does Texas A&M stay undefeated?
I'm going for the mix-up here. I'm riding Arch. I'm not giving up. I'm back. I hopped off the train.
That's a tough matchup. I'll stay A&M.
I'm going Longhorns. I seen a little video on some cows with some Longhorns today. That just made me think, go Longhorns.
I'm going Texas in the upset.
Oh,
Give me Texas in the upset here. I think this is the spot where Texas A&M slips up. It's going to jumble everything up in the SEC. I have no clue what the tiebreakers are, but I want to see 4 of them with 1 loss and just be mayhem. I'm going to take Texas, man. I wasn't expecting to do that, but got a little feeling there that they might pull the upset and not only jumble it up in the top of the SEC, but now we gotta argue about does Texas get in or not.
Mhm.
For
Dude, there's
about
going to be
I
some
like it.
crazy arguments
It
there.
is.
And I'm going to tell you, this might be the second year the SEC ends up getting screwed out of a team or two. They're gonna want to do something because last year Alabama got screwed out
Mhm.
over SMU, and they're going to want to do something.
All right, Vandy at Tennessee. Man, prisoner of the moment, maybe, but give me Vandy. They're riding high right now. Pavia's mom is going to be down there in Knoxville. She's going from Nashville to Knoxville. She don't care what city it is. She's going to be there. The cameras will be on her, and while the cameras are on her, her son's going to be lighting up Tennessee. Their defense is weak. Give me Vandy.
I heard Josh Heupel is actually going to take her out after the game. They're going to go get a cabin up in Gatlinburg Saturday night. So it's that's just rumor on the street. Stoops went out with her. I don't think there's going to be a second date. They went down Broadway. I think Stoops leaving. You know,
Well,
he got what he wanted.
Stoops got his date because we got beat.
That's
So
right.
the only way Heupel gets his date is if Vandy wins. So
yeah.
who you picking?
She's after money, son. She'll go out and date with them. I'll take Tennessee. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game because I do think they'll score against Tennessee. But I think Tennessee's defense is just good enough. I think Vandy's secondary will have a problem. I don't think they'll be able to confuse Aguiar. He has some experience. Tennessee's offensive line has experience pass blocking, and they don't have all of our DBs paid off. So Tennessee, I want to win that game because Tennessee is actually, as crazy as it sounds, they're like the longest of the longest shot. But I heard somebody say they're the longest shot that's still in the argument. Odds of them getting in would be crazy, but I think they're the outside of the outside shot. So they'll want to win that game too.
I'm sticking with the theme of the Pavia family, working and twerking. Pavia's working, his mama's twerking. Let's go.
Just as
Vandy.
much with the Auburn, Tennessee, because Vandy is legit playoff talk. Tennessee, I want to end that for them because they're always been little brother to Tennessee. So, the highway that connects Vandy, Knoxville to Nashville is highway was at 40
Yeah,
Mont Eagle.
I-40.
Johnny Cash wrote a song about that going down Mont Eagle.
All right, Saturday at 7:30, the Iron Bowl, Alabama at Auburn. Who y'all got? Give me the upset. Anthony sold me on it. Auburn's going to want this one bad. I'm going with the upset.
Can I pick
Auburn
under? Can I pick the under?
You can pick whatever you want.
Speaking of over-unders, give me the over on the Vandy Tennessee game. I don't even care what the number is.
It's big. I heard it's like 60 something.
I don't even care.
Is it really? Wow.
Give me over.
Yes.
Give me over. I'm going Auburn here,
I'm going to go Alabama. The board needs the game. I think he'll find a way to just do enough. I would not be surprised if Auburn covers. I think it'd be a close game, but give me Alabama.
I'm going to say this, and every time I say it from about Oklahoma or Alabama, I'm wrong, but I'm going to say it again. I'm riding them again. Alabama big, 30-10.
It means Auburn wins.
So make your bets now.
All right, game of the week, the game, Ohio State at Michigan. And as always, we have snacks. And I let Josh go ahead and take control of the snacks again this week. He did such a good job last week with the Uranus fudge and the cocktail sauce that was fucking out of this world and will also clear your sinuses. So, Josh, what do you got for us this week?
Here's what we got, guys.
Well, we did the Buckeyes
Yeah,
first game of the year. We had Ohio State, and
Yep.
we did the actual Buckeyes. So
Yep.
we wanted to do something different.
Mhm.
So what do we got for Ohio?
For Ohio, they are the hometown of the Good Humor brand.
Columbus?
Just the state of Ohio. I don't know the
okay.
exact. It's just the state of Ohio. It was the Good Humor brand was discovered in Ohio. That's where their home office and all that stuff is. But the Good Humor is like the ice cream you used to get off the ice cream truck.
Yeah, the Good
So
Humor ice
remember the
cream
chocolate
truck.
eclairs, the orange creamsicles, but we got the good stuff. Take us back to hearing that little ding, ding, ding coming down the road. You got a couple bucks, and you get that strawberry shortcake eclair.
Yes, they're
This
so good.
Banger.
They are so good.
Taking us
so
back.
Whatever the Michigan thing is, better come with the heat because that strawberry shortcake Good Humor bar, I already know, is fire.
And Michigan is known for their cherries. And with their cherries comes a cherry pie. So we got cherry pie versus the actual, I didn't even go off brand here. I got the real Good Humor box. Paid a couple extra bucks instead of getting the Kroger brand. So you're welcome, fellas.
As my stepdad would say, I've never had a cherry. He used to always say that shit. I always say, you like cherries? He said, never had one.
I'm all right.
All right. Yeah, you know how I do. I'm gonna this is a toss-up game. Well, it's really not a toss-up game. Ohio State's probably gonna win this game, but you know how I do. I like to let the food make my decision. So who y'all picking?
Break it down for us, Anthony.
Break it down for us, Anthony, while we eat.
Yep.
I'm gonna try this cherry pie. Again, I've said it multiple times, not a pie guy, but I'm starting to become, because pecan. I need to get some pecan pie for Thanksgiving, dude.
But if we
So
keep
good.
doing this, by next year, Charlie's going to need my pants in the waist.
I'm gonna be.
They're
going to
be a little short,
motherfucker.
I'll say it real easy, guys. Sharon Moore is not Jim Harbaugh, and the team does not look like a Jim Harbaugh team. They had a little bit left over from last year. Those boys have gone to the NFL. The few that were left over, he went out and spent all that money on Underwood. I think Michigan's one of the most overrated, high-ranked teams in the country. I do. I just don't think they're that good, and I traditionally like Michigan, so that's saying a lot from me. If Ohio State is who we think they are, I think they roll them. And I always look in some of these games, how much motivation is there? Oh, I think Ryan Day's got a lot of motivation. Michigan has rolled their ass about it. I think Ryan Day will put his foot on the gas and stay down. I think this is an absolute lock, more so from the Ryan Day and Michigan angle. Ryan Day's took a lot of shit over this, boys. He's going to keep the gas down if he's able to. Like Ohio State. Let's go, Ohio State.
OH. Y'all supposed to finish it.
I-O.
There we go. I think Underwood, this is just too big of a stage. He hadn't seen anything like this. We just talked about how weak their schedule has been. He's going up against the best athletes he's ever seen as a quarterback. I mean, this is going back to his high school or wherever. The guy's a freshman. He's not good enough to beat Ohio State on this day in this rivalry game as an 18, 19-year-old kid. I know he's making $87 million a year, but he's going to have to earn it on Saturday. And some people's going to be asked for some refunds, because I think Ohio State dominates in the big game. They need to prove that they are number one. I love them. I think they are the best team, but I need to see them just kick somebody's ass, and I hope it's their rival.
I like everything you said, Josh. Look, I've been saying Ohio State's the best roster, best team. They haven't been tested. I hope that Michigan keeps this close, because I would like to see a good game. But you're right, Josh. They need to prove that they're number one. And Anthony, you're right. Ryan Day has a lot of motivation because he's done everything else. I'm sure he's beat Michigan before, but man, we were trying to talk about it just off the top of our head before the show. Has he lost 2-3 in a row? Something like that?
It's bad. It's
mean,
bad as like 3 or 4.
So, yes, he won the national championship. Yes, he's a great coach. But, yes, there probably is still heat from his fans.
That's crazy, but I think there is.
To beat Michigan. So, I like your point of the motivation. I like your point of even more motivation to prove that they're number one. Ohio State big. I want it to stay close, but Ohio State, I think, proves a point this weekend. And bottom line is, this good humor bar is way better than strawberry is better than cherry.
Yes.
Give me Ohio State and the Buckeyes.
Quick note.
Ryan Day finally gets it done.
Quick note, just looking up the weather. The weather is high of 31, low of 25, 30 to 40% chance of snowing kickoff in Ann Arbor. I still think Ohio State will be fine in that, because I think their defense is really good, but it might mess up the water a little bit. The favor Michigan. I still think if it snows, I still think Ohio State wins big.
All right, guys. As always, thank you all for listening. We appreciate it. I'm still eating this. Usually I don't even finish my snack. Dude,
Mine's gone.
I'm finishing this.
Mine is gone.
Guys, continue checking us out on the social media apps. Continue sharing us with a friend. And we love you guys. Have a good Thanksgiving weekend. And don't forget to catch us on the second half, the right side of Kentucky sports. It's Louisville Hate Week, so that's going to be a great episode too. Don't forget about it. Guys, have a good Thanksgiving.
Happy
Anthony, Josh, y'all got anything?
Just happy Thanksgiving. Thanks for everything, guys. It's been a good college football season. A lot of good feedback from you guys. We love you.
Yep. See ya.
Blitz the bookie, guys.
Enjoy time with your family.
See ya.
There was another fumble just right there. They got it, dude. These motherfuckers,
wild.
they try. I mean,
That's strawberry.
I can't believe they ain't brought Mike Jones in yet.
What?
I can't believe they ain't brought Mike Jones in yet.
Cherry pie was all right.
It's all right.
done with
It
that?
starts off good. You know,
Done with it?
yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of cherry pie.
Dude, y'all are pretty good food critics because Charlie said that about the freaking sauce, about it starting off bad and then going away, and you said that about that. I kind of agree with that. Dude, y'all are good.
Charlie got the mic, he's dropping facts all day. Anthony's like, nah, I got the better parlay. Argue about the spread, it's a fierce debate. But when it comes to Wildcats, they align their fate. Blitz the bookies where the knowledge reigns. Charlie and Anthony bring the heat like flames. Talking parlays, breaking down the games. Kentucky Wildcats, they beat the same drums. Late nights, hustle deals on the line. Charlie Scassy's gonna make you shine. Anthony's heart where the numbers combine. Put your cash down, ride the incline. Blitz the bookies where the knowledge reigns. Charlie and Anthony bring the heat like flames. Talking parlays, breaking down the games. Kentucky Wildcats, they beat the same drums. From the tip off to the final play, they grind. Mike's on fire, bets on their minds. Arguing odds till the last rewind. Blue and white, it's a bond you'll find. The bookies where the knowledge reigns. Charlie and Anthony bring the heat like flames. Talking parlays, breaking down the games. Kentucky Wildcats, they beat the same drums. Final play, they grind. Mike's on fire, bets on their minds. Arguing odds till the last rewind. Blue and white, it's a bond you'll find. Bond you'll find. Blitz the bookies where the knowledge reigns. Charlie and Anthony bring the heat like flames. Talking parlays, breaking down the games. Kentucky Wildcats, they beat the same drum.